So I'm gonna turn all 4 of these into the Hogwarts house mugs. We're making a new meal today, technically 2 meals, we're just combining them. I have in the oven right now an eye of round roast. The way that I'm cooking it this time is I found a recipe for, it's called high temp eye of round roast, where basically you get the oven up to 500 degrees, and then you want to let the oven like be at that temperature for a few minutes once it's fully preheated, just so it can kind of like get like the whole oven really, really hot. And then you put your roast in and you immediately bring the temperature down to 475. And then you let it cook at that temperature for 7 minutes for every pound. So I have mine going for 18 minutes because it was like 2.6 pounds. After that timer goes off, you shut the oven off and you leave it for 2.5 hours. And you like absolutely under no circumstances open the oven door at all. So I'm doing this. It's on the timer right now, but I've never had the oven this hot before. So like I'm in the other room working on stuffed animals. It's just, I can smell the heat and it's freaking me out a little bit. And like, I want to open up the oven to make sure it's okay, but I'm like, I'm not supposed to open the oven. And it's a little nerve-wracking, you know? But yeah, so that's going. It's already dark outside. It's almost 7 o'clock, and this is just going because Dan is closing tonight, so he's probably not going to be home until closer to like 9:30. So we're planning on having this done by 9:30. So that's going, and then at about 8 o'clock, I'm gonna come in and start working on cutting up vegetables because we're making it's called a cozy autumn wild rice soup. And I know it's not autumn anymore, but I've had this recipe kind of in the plan for, like, in my meal plan for several months, and it just keeps getting pushed back. So today is finally the day we are making it. So that needs to simmer for almost an hour, which is why I'm gonna come in here and start cutting up vegetables at 8, so that by 8:30, I can have everything, like, going and simmering so that it'll be done very close to 9:30. That's the plan. I also just I just printed out 3 different patterns for stuffed animals that I want to try to make that I've never made before, but I've bought these patterns months ago. So they're all from the Etsy shop BZ Art, or you can go to their actual website. I think I bought these off of their actual website, BZ Art. And this is a bat plush, and then I have a narwhal plush and a pudgy giraffe plush. So I'm gonna cut all of these out, and then I'm going to cut out the pieces that I need with this sheet that I've used for several years now for practice fabric. So I make all of my stuffed animals out of that old bed sheet first to make sure that I have the pattern figured out right, and then I'll use actually good fabric. While that's in the oven, while I'm still waiting to start other things, I will be working on cutting out fabric and cutting out paper pieces and getting all that prepped. I just had to open the oven. I heard a crack, and then I heard lots of sizzling, and I thought, oh no, I think what I just heard happened is what I think happened. So I opened the oven, and sure enough, the stoneware that I had put the roast on is completely broken in half. I didn't see that coming at all. So I quickly closed the oven, got a different stoneware, opened the oven long enough to put the roast onto the new stoneware, and just closed the door. I have a little heat thermometer in there that is in the roast right now, so that'll keep track of the temperature. So if it gets to be like 9 o'clock and it's not anywhere near the temp that it needs to be, I will turn the oven back on. But now I need new stoneware. I'll show it to you obviously after this is done, because I don't want to open the oven again, but I wasn't expecting that to happen. It's significantly later now. I did forget to show the pan. We haven't taken it out yet. Hold on, let me see if I can put a flash on this. Yeah, look at that. It just completely broke. And then over there it broke in 2 places. It's like 10:30 at night, so we're just gonna leave it in the oven until the morning, and then we will deal with it then, because it's far too late to do that. But before I go to sleep, I am working more on patterns. I'm currently adding a seam allowance to this pattern because the pieces that I traced did not have a seam allowance, so I'm going through and measuring and adding that. I probably won't cut it out tonight, probably. But yeah, this, when it's all done, this is gonna be a giraffe. Good evening. Dan and I today, Dan had the day off, so he and I went into Fort Wayne and we went thrift shopping, which was so much fun. We went to 2 different thrift stores, only bought things at the first one, but we bought a lot at the first one, which I will show you in a couple of minutes. I just finished supper. We're eating jambalaya, and I made cornbread, and then we have salad in the fridge. I'm just waiting to eat that until Dan comes back in. Currently, he is out in the garage with a friend of ours from church who is helping him install a garage heater into the garage. And once that is installed, we'll be able to turn it on and test it to make sure that it actually heats up the garage for churches on Sunday, which will be really nice for church services on Sundays. That is going on now, so the food is just kind of sitting, it's hanging out, it'll be fine. My cat's just parkouring in the other room. What are you doing? Is there a fly or something? Why are you... Stop being so weird. So the first thing that we found at the thrift store was actually something Dan found, and it's this Harry Potter puzzle. So this is what it looks like. We went ahead and put it together. It's only 300 pieces. We had the idea to, one, make sure all the pieces were there, and then to glue it to a board the same way we did like that Roman scene puzzle that we have where we glued all of the pieces just slightly apart from each other. This one, because of how big the pieces are, I don't know if it'll work quite the same. We'll play around with it and see. Then we were thinking of like actually coloring the background, the different house colors. So I thought that'd be pretty cool. But then when we completed it, we realized the background of Ravenclaw is supposed to be blue and the puzzle made it white. So we think that's a misprint, and that's possibly why this was donated. But there is that, which I thought was pretty cool. The next things I wanted to show, which I'm very excited about, is we got this picture frame, which what I want to do for this, mind you, all of the things that I am showing you are for the Etsy shop. So we're going to be making them and creating them to then put on the shop. So this, what I want to do is get a solid background for it and then use vinyl to put like a theme throughout all of it. So like this might be like a Harry Potter theme probably is what I'll do the first time because Harry Potter is popular. But each little square will be something different. So like this might be the Elder Wand, and this will be the Deathly Hallows, and this might be a silhouette of somebody, and this might be like the stag that is Harry's Patronus, and this might say like Mischief Managed or something like that. And everyone will be something different, and then sell it like that. So it's just like a ready to go art piece. I thought that was pretty cool, so that's what I want to do with it. All right, the next set of things that we got are these 4 mugs, which, again, with the theme of Harry Potter, sorry, that's all 4 houses, which I saw them and was like, oh, that's perfect. And then I saw the price, all 4 of them together were $2.99. And I was like, absolutely. So I'm gonna turn all 4 of these into the Hogwarts house mugs, and I'm still debating if I want to sell them as a set or sell them individually. I'll play around with it some, but I want to make them complementary. So if I do sell them as a set, they will all just go together, which I think would kind of make more sense, selling them as a set instead of individually. I also got this mug that is just plain white up and down. It says I put a ring on it, but this is just vinyl. Like, I can easily pick that vinyl off and put my own vinyl on there and then seal it in and it'll be good to go. So that's why I bought that, because I can very easily remove that. Stick that back there for now. And then you saw yesterday that I was working on cutting out patterns, which I have those 2. And then I still have this one here that I need to cut out and actually like trace and cut out of there. So the 26th, this coming Friday, is the next restock. So I will have all of these mugs on there. We will have the Harry Potter like photo frame thing up there. I'll have more clothes and a bunch of hoodies. All of those are in the wash, so I can't show you any of those right now. But we got a bunch of hoodies for a really good price and sweatshirts, and we got only like a couple more t-shirts. So those will all be listed. I'm hoping to have a couple more like decal designs available, so if you wanted any of those. And I might go ahead and make all of those designs, like I might tweak them a little bit so they're a little more like unique and cute. But then I also got a handful more fabric that I'm very excited about, which the lighting is awful right now, but that's okay. I got this cute like Halloween themed one. I got this one that's pretty fall themed, but then the other side is just like solid pink, which you can only kind of, there you go, solid pink, which I can use for a lot. This I got, which is just solid pink. Again, I can use it for a lot. This is a Winnie the Pooh pillowcase, which will make adorable patterns for something. This is just insanely soft. And there was something else, I think, in here. Yeah, there's one more thing. Where is it? And then I got this pillowcase, which is super cute. Like, look at it. It's so cute. The cat's gonna lay on it. I haven't washed any of these yet, so honestly, if the cat lays on it, I don't care that much right now. But this is like fuzzy, like, I'm thinking like make some sort of little monster out of it, type of cute. So we'll see. But so I have those fabrics. I have all of the fabric that I got from my grandma, which if you haven't seen those vlogs from back in the summer, we went and visited my grandparents and they were moving, so they were getting rid of a bunch of stuff. And my grandma was getting rid of all of the fabric that she had, so she gave me all of it, or at least most of it. And I have so much fabric. I have like 6 or 7 totes of nothing but fabric in the garage right now. So I'm going to be using all of that to make stuffed animals. So I plan on making a couple rabbits. I plan on making some Loch Ness monsters. I need to practice the little long neck dinosaur pattern that I have. I think I definitely want to make it bigger. But then I'm going to practice these 3 patterns that I have. And if I like them in their size, then I will be making some of those. So this restock is going to have a lot in it, which I am very excited about. And we might be going to the thrift store again before this restock happens. So if you're watching and any of these things strike your fancy, or if you're like, oh, I didn't know you were doing mugs. If you find a mug, can you do this thing with it or something? By all means, leave suggestions, because if I find stuff, 100% I'm going to be posting it and getting it and making it. Also, I will leave a link in the description of 1, the Etsy shop, 2, the Etsy shop's Facebook and Instagram accounts. The Facebook account, I'm going to try to be posting more day-to-day updates. I probably won't be posting on there every day, but every couple of days, try to just kind of post an update, sort of sneak peek of what I'm doing / behind the scenes stuff. I might post just straight up hauls of what I found just on there alone. And on Instagram, I'm going to be trying to post more aesthetic photos of finished products that will be going up in the next launch or that are already launched. So, and I'll have in the like actual description of those photos whether they're in a future launch or whether they are available at that moment that you are looking at it. So you'll be able to tell like if you need to go to the Etsy shop and get it now, or if you need to like set an alarm for that thing. I'm gonna make the photos, I'm gonna try to make them look as good as I can so that people want to buy them. With this mug, I put a ring on it mug that I destroyed already, I'm thinking about experimenting with this one of printing out like a comic strip, like a Calvin and Hobbes comic strip, and Mod Podging, using my dishwasher safe Mod Podge and Mod Podging it onto the mug and letting that sit for a month and seeing if it is actually dishwasher safe with paper on it that's been sealed in. And if it is, that's going to open up so many more possibilities for things I could sell. So this specific mug very well may not be on the shop at this next relaunch. It might be on the relaunch after that, or the one after that, timing, I don't know. That's that. It's very exciting, but I'm gonna get to doing stuff now. All of the shirts that we bought are out of the wash, and I just finished folding them. Ignore our dirty clothes like all the way over there. Here are all that we got. The majority, like this pile right here, is t-shirts, and there are like 4 t-shirts, I think. And everything else is hoodies, sweatshirts, pullovers, like jacket type things. I'm really excited about this one. This one is really cute. And this neon yellow one is really cool. This one I probably won't be selling as is. I'm pretty sure, like the main reason I got this was for the Mickey design, to cut it and add it to a collage quilt. So that's what this is for. But yeah, that's very exciting.